कैसे हैं आप सब लोग? मैं हूं परम शिवन. Welcome to Chit Chat Masala night with myself and my good friend. Yes, of course. कैसे हैं आप सब लोग? जो लोग जुड़ चुके हैं आपको हम वेलकम करना चाहते हैं इस बेहतरीन सी शाम. और आज पहली बार हम आपके बीच आ रहे हैं इस फीड को लेकर. चिट चिट मसाला नामक प्रोग्राम. Myself and the handsome Pronol who's in the backstage green room में है. हमारी आवाज़ आप तक किस तरह से पहुंच रही है फरमाइएगा. और put some headphones so you can hear us nice and clear. Those who have joined us, बहुत ही लोग जुड़ चुके हैं. Thank you, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए. Please do share a feed if you feel like. आशियान मोहम्मद जी है, नवीन पाल है, उधर पारा चंद है, अशोक कुमार है, राजा खान साथ साथ में ग्रेट इंटरनेट. थैंक यू सर. नाज अली जी है, रोडनी रेड्डी और साथ साथ में राजा खान. और यस ऑफ कोर्स डू शेयर ऑफ फीड. और लगे हाथ आइए हम वेलकम करना चाहते हैं. किसको वेलकम करना चाहते हैं? कैसे हम बताएं उसको, उसका नाम हम हवाई सर. कैसे आप? आई कैन हियर यू. Oh, sorry, because I muted you.
भैया म्यूट कर दो यार.
Sorry.
परम भैया थैंक यू वेरी मच. जितने भी सुनने वाले हैं सभी का तहे दिल से हम स्वागत करना चाहेंगे. और हमेशा हम जब कभी स्टेज पर जाते हैं परम, एक बात हम हमेशा कहते हैं कि खुशियां बटोरते बटोरते उम्र गुजर जाती हैं. खुशियां बटोरते बटोरते उम्र गुजर जाती है, मगर हम कहते हैं कि खुशनसीब वो है जो खुशियां बटोरते नहीं बल्कि खुशियां बांटते हैं. तो आज परम के साथ में हम भी खुशियां बांटने के लिए आगे हैं. और आशा करते हैं कि जितने भी लोग हमारे साथ में जुड़े हैं we will get connected. but परम first time in my life I would say ऐसा कुछ हम कर आप तो उस्ताद है भाई. हम तो पहली बार पॉडकास्ट लेकर के फेसबुक पर ऐसे आए. जरा से नेर्वस से हिचकिचाहट है. और हमने आपको मैसेज किया था, यू डिडंट रिप्लाई. अरे बताया रे भैया कि कौन सी कह रही यार. I'm a bit nervous at the moment. शायद शब्दकोश में कुछ गड़बड़ी हो या प्रोनाउंसिएशन में गड़बड़ी हो. तो हमें मालूम है कि हमारे जितने भी लिसनर्स है फर्स्ट टाइम है. मुझे बहुत लोग नहीं जानते हैं. They know Param a lot. So if you are commenting for Param, it's okay. I don't mind it.
ऐसे नहीं बोला यार.
Param, अरे तुम बड़ा आदमी यार. So but
इतना बड़ा आदमी है. वो आदमी एक सेम होता है भाई.
I hope our program goes well, Param.
Okay, those who are watching the program, please give us a thumbs up if you can hear Pronol loud and clear, because दोनों कान में white लकोच के रखे से. Very well said, राजा खान ने आपको. If you can hear
अभी तो यही कुछ है भैया.
जी,
आइंदा में अगर प्रोग्राम अभी के लिए तो यही है. आइंदा में अगर प्रोग्राम चला तो शायद.
So those who don't know Pronol के बारे में हम बता दें और बातचीत करने के लिए उनसे खुद बात तो वाकई ही करेंगे. लेकिन Pronol is actually a profession wise he is a lecturer and Taikot Marga. And he teaches here in Sydney, and he actually is at his home. And आज थोड़ा सा बहुत ज़्यादा भागदौड़ हुई है क्योंकि आज इस प्रोग्राम को आप तक लाने के लिए थोड़ी सी टेक्निकल टेस्टिंग भी करनी पड़ती है. Nevertheless, if you can hear his voice, I think Rodney has said thumbs up to your voice.
Oh, Rodney, good man. Rodney is with us. Okay, thank you, Rodney, for being with us.
Muhammad Salim Haq Bula boys enjoying the program. Thank you. Yes, बहुत ही अलग सा प्रोग्राम है और कुछ रस लेके आए इस प्रोग्राम में हम.
हक जी.
हाँ जी.
ना हक को हम कह रहे थे कि he's a very good man. He's a good friend of mine.
हक जी, yes of course. इस प्रोग्राम में हम गीत संगीत तो नहीं लेके आएंगे क्योंकि this is totally different compared to all the other radio programs that you probably see on Facebook. This is myself and Pronol, and he's sitting in his house and I'm sitting in my house in comfortability. And थोड़ा सा गर्म है. हीटा ऑन गोड़ के लगे.
अच्छा.
Yes, रोमी शर्मा है.
परम.
हाँ जी, बोलो.
Sorry. नहीं मतलब माफ करना, पीछे बैकग्राउंड में जरा सा थोड़ा इधर उधर हो गया
है. कौन सी तुम्हारे बैकग्राउंड में? बैकग्राउंड में
कैबिनेट है और एक कौन सी बोले कि अवार्ड्स वाला कुछ रखा नहीं था उधर. कुछ ऐसे I didn't prepare myself. और बड़का सा पियानो है. It's a 200-year-old piano है. See, so I play that. So वो रखा नहीं, बस गजर बजर चीज रखा नहीं. I haven't set it up, but
अंड बंड चीज
आप
है।
तो उस्ताद है, आप तो OCD है, बैकग्राउंड हो कितना सुंदर लगे।
Okay, so what we're going to do is
ओके
this program is obviously going to be full of entertainment, but it's going to be a totally different entertainment. हम रिव्यूज़ कर रहे हैं आज हमारे जो प्रोग्राम है कंटेंट के हिसाब से विल बी डूइंग सम फिल्म रिव्यूज़ एंड क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रही है। हमारा जो मेजर टॉपिक आज होगा वो होगा, हम कोविड के बारे में बात करेंगे और दुनिया भर में यानी कि विश्व भर में कोविड का जो माहौल है छाया हुआ है उसके बारे में हम लास्ट में कुछ बात करेंगे। ओपन फोरम डिस्कशन भी होगा, हम हमारे जो व्यूअर्स है जो कमेंट्स कर रहे हैं उनका भी व्यू हम लेंगे। सर्वप्रथम सबसे पहले हम एंटरटेनमेंट के ही तौर पे चलेंगे, बट उससे पहले आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क नोल, प्रोनोल, हम नोल बोलते हैं, इनको नोली भी बोलते हैं, तो प्लीज़ इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ एंड थोड़ा अपने बारे में बताइए कि आप कौन हो, कहाँ
अरे
से हो।
यार, थैंक यू वेरी मच पर बहुत people might say I am here to inflate my own tires, but नहीं है ना अब,
अरे मौका लगे
कैसे
पुलाव
बताए।
टायर है।
अच्छा मौका मिला बोल दिया। अच्छा अच्छा, आई एम फ्रॉम फिजी, साबू साबू में बहुत बड़ा हुआ, बहुत few years I was there, साबू साबू में, मनोलेगु में, फिर I came back with my dad, ड्रासडाम लोटोका के हमें, जहाँ के दयानंद रहने वाले हैं,
वाओ,
रहते थे दयानंद, राकेश स्वामी, राजेश, साथ में हमारे काका का नाम है चिरीचंद राय, स्वर्गीय चिरीचंद राय, लोग जानते हैं हमको, इज गिटारिस्ट, हमारे सबसे छोटे काका। तो आई एम फ्रॉम ड्रासडाम लोटोका एंड संक्षेप में I was a primary school teacher. I was in the Yasawa Islands. I taught for many years of Fijian भाषा, वहीं पर हमने सीखा है। और फिर and then after primary school I moved to secondary school and then blah 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 and then university and then if the fact say I joined Radio Fiji too. So
वाओ,
I was a national broadcaster in Fiji, Paramji, during my very younger days, formative years I would say. और मैं प्रोग्राम लेता था तंबूरा भजनों का संगम, रविवार को संडे को जो नहीं सेमी मुद्दलियार लोग जी स्वर्गीय वो ले रहे थे, और दृष्टिकोण प्रोग्राम वगैरह वगैरह। सो आई वाज देयर फॉर अ गुड नंबर ऑफ 5-7 years. दैट उस समय मेरा बॉस वाज रमेश चंद्रा जी स्वर्गीय,
रमेश
आरसी
चंद्रा,
जानता है ना आरसी।
यस 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 ऑफ कोर्स,
बहुत डांटा थे स्टूडियो में, एक डांट दे, ए ये गाना क्या बजा है, लुक एट द टाइम, यू नो ऑल दिस थिंग्स, संजय लगाना अभी बजा है। सो रमेश चंद्रा एंड देन वीरेंद्र लाल, बीना भटनागर के साथ में हमने काम किया है। धर्मेंद्र श्याम इज इन दी मिर्ची एफएम दैट टाइम, एंड जितेंद्र श्याम, सो सुनील राज, इन सभी के साथ में, माने जलंधरों के साथ में हमने काम किया और बहुत कुछ सीखा एंड बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला। And then after a long stint at radio, went back to teaching, and then I was a journalist at the Daily Post. So I was a sub-editor there. सभी का इंग्लिश सुधारता था, इंग्लिश, रिटन इंग्लिश एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट। एंड देन बस ऐसे रहा। फिर parliamentarian के साथ में I've done a few things here and there, and then I migrated, right? So after a long, and then I lastly finally Bas Sanathan College में I was a head teacher there, English department का, and then I migrated here, and then of course I started teaching high school. After high school, and then started teaching TAFE, and then I went to teach at university, UTS में, teaching a group of engineers for a good number of 3-4 years, and then after COVID I went back to TAFE. So I'm a TAFE teacher at the moment, and I'm a very big part of the Guru's band. मेरे बड़े भाई Neil Ray, he's running the band there with my
but
very
your
good
name
friends.
is not Ray, it's Ray ना, it's not Rai.
It's not, यहाँ पर आकर रे हो गया, but actually फिजी में प्रोनोल राय बोलता था सब लोग ना,
okay, sorry,
but यहाँ पर गोरा लोग बोले लगा रे, so
Gora log.
Gora look. So here we go, folks. I'm not here to inflate my tires, like I've said before. I'm a keyboardist, and so radio में रुचि था पहले, अभी तो नहीं है, उस समय young days में। अभी तो I took a long break. So I was here for रेडियो नवतरंग के साथ में थोड़ा दिन यहाँ पर था, और फिर रेडियो अपना के साथ में, राजू के साथ में, and then I left it, and then I love playing keyboard. So that's my long and a short introduction. और परम जी के बारे में कितना अभी कहा जाए कम है, everybody knows you Param. Short introduction about you. First of all, he's a handsome dude, single man. और फिर he's a producer, movies को इन्होंने तैयार किया है, और I've seen most of your movies, और आखिरी में चटाई कहाँ बिछाओ, which I loved the most. I've seen it I think 2-3 times, and I've got the CD as well of as my safekeeping later on. देखिएगा. So and then Param ji has been a very good promoter. He's been promoting many people from overseas and brought them here, and then he's still doing those stuff. He goes to India to produce movies and stuff. So capable singer, very capable musician. My next song, which is coming out, it's an English song. It has been engineered and engineered by my good friend Param Sivan. So it's going to come out before June 5. So there you go, guys. Everybody knows Param Sivan. And here we go, folks. Too much information, है.
चलो इतनी सारी ढेर सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन दे दी है. So आज का प्रोग्राम जैसे कि हमने फरमाया, Noel G lives in Blacktown here in Sydney, and if you're around Blacktown, give him a call on Facebook, messenger कीजिए, and you shortly have a coffee. He loves having coffee with people and a bit of a chit chat. He likes catching up. So Pronol, let's get into our program basically, and it's not going to be a very, 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 very professional, but we are going to be having a bit of fun and entertainment, and of course interaction with the audience. Nagaraj ने फरमाया है, awesome guys, thank you. Rojni Radu ने कहा है,
thank you Dad. Yeah.
I'll just actually put it on the screen so you can probably see it as well.
Okay. हमारे drummer अमृत के पिताजी.
Yes.
Very lovely couple.
Yes.
Very lovely couple. उनको हम dad कहते हैं.
Oh, dad कहते हैं इसको.
I call him dad.
Okay. I'll just basically introduce a little bit to all our people that are actually joined in, and फिर उसके बाद में हम
अनिल खान जी शुक्रिया भाई जुड़ने के लिए.
And साथ साथ में है आशियाना सिंह, excellent है, and here we go. क्या बात है परम दोस्त. Obviously I'll get to very nice भाई, do well. साथ साथ में अशोक कुमार ने फरमाया है, नमस्कारम. राजा खान ने फरमाया है, I think राजा खान is from west आते हैं.
Okay.
Yes, and very impressive. हमारे रोडनी भाई ने फरमाया है.
नाज भाभी जी वहाँ पर है, और साथ में रोडनी जी कैसे है भाई?
Yes, Muhammad Salim Haq ne faya, Abdullah boys enjoying this program. Obviously you're not playing any songs today.
आज एक गुर्रेगे नहीं है भैया, आज एक गुर्रेगे नहीं. Romi भाभी, hello भाभी जी कैसे हैं?
Yes, and I think Mr. Chopra is also tuned in somewhere. Some can hear both of you clearly. इन्होंने फरमाया है.
You're a good technician, brother.
जी, Sivan Belly. Michael Narayan has also gave us his greetings.
Oh, our hero, Michael Hero. I call him Hero.
Yes. And Muhammad Shalim Haq ne फरमाया कि you did a brilliant Guru's Band story. Start with you.
Oh, how did the brilliant Guru's Band? Oh, अच्छा भाई ऐसे हुआ था जब when I migrated about 18 years ago. That time. पता नहीं हम छोटा रहता. I was watching Guru's Band in Fiji, and the only thing I liked, the two things I liked about them was the Guru's Band का जो music था is very conventional, very soothing, very nice. The other thing, all the boys that time they were wearing coat and tie. So छोटा लड़का रहा, उन्होंने देखा the dressing, it was so impressive कि हमारे दिमाग में उन्होंने हाल किया. So when I came here, we started this band, and one thing led to the other, and दिमाग में same time right now we're gonna start with the name the Gurus. So the name has been copied from those guys there, and the rest is history. So June 5th, rest is history. Yeah.
Okay, so as far as audio is concerned, I'll be a little bit prepared next time, and let's get. Sorry, आप कुछ बोल रहे थे प्रणोल भाई.
Oh, Param ji, would you mind if I started? ये बहुत सुंदर पंक्तियां हमारे दिमाग में भी है.
Sure, go for it.
बोल दी जल्दी से.
Sure.
तो ऐसे short anecdote के रखा है ना, एक डोली और एक अर्थी ना दोनों साथ में उठाया एक टाइम ना, बोले ना एक डोली एक अर्थी, तो बोले एक डोली चली एक अर्थी चली, राइट. बात दोनों में कुछ इस तरह से चली परम कि बोली डोली तुम्हें किसने धोखा दिया ना, तो डोली बोली अर्थी के तुम्हें किसने धोखा दिया, कहाँ तू चली, तो अर्थी बहुत प्यार से बोली चार तुझ में लगे चार मुझ में लगे, जो कंधा पे लगे ना चार. फूल तुझ में सजे फूल मुझ में सजे, दोनों में फूल, ये कंपेयर एंड कंट्रास्ट यहाँ पर है ना। फर्क इतना ही है परम। अब सुन लो, बोले अब सुन लो सखी, तो सुन लो। तू पिया को चली, मैं प्रभु को चली, ठीक। तू पिया को चली, मैं प्रभु को चली। फिर मांग तेरी भरी, मांग मेरी भी तो भरी ना, लोग जब गुजर जाते हैं। चूड़ी तेरी हरी है, चूड़ी मेरी भी हरी है। फर्क इतना ही है परम, सुन लो, कि तू जहां में चली, मैं जहां से चली। एक सज्जन तेरा खुश हो जाएगा, एक सज्जन मेरा झुक जाएगा, डोली बोलता है ना, और अर्थी बोलता है। एक सज्जन मेरा मुझको रो जाएगा, एक तुझको हो जाएगा। फर्क इतना ही है, सुन लो परम, तू विदा हो चली, मैं अलविदा हो चली। बजाओ ताली।
क्या बात है, क्या बात है, क्या बात है,
दिमाग बहुत खराब से रखा रहा, पता नहीं कैसे निकल गया। I tried practicing, but
And I from time to time also do write some poetry, and people take my poetry or whatever I write on Facebook, they take it the other way
I've seen
around.
that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, it just comes to me and I write it, and they, you know how people have always two meanings. So they
Exactly.
obviously, I don't know, they always take the wrong angle of my stories. Like whatever I write, they take the wrong angle, totally wrong angle. खैर कोई बात नहीं।
सिंगल आदमी सब रॉन्ग बोले ना।
हाँ,
बोले सिंगल आदमी बोले कुछ कोई की टारगेट करे, कोई लड़की की टारगेट करे।
ब्रिनेश बोले व्हाट यू सेइंग, ब्रिनेश तुम्हें वहाँ पे हम टेलीप्रॉम्प्टर लगाएगा। इसके मांगे कुंची बोले वो कन्वर्जन ला जो चलते रहे नीचे। For him to understand. सामोन में बोले बड़ी।
सामोन में, सोलोमन में,
सोलोमन में। Okay. तो
let's मिला तो संडे में समझाएगा।
Okay, Sunday. Karan, okay, yeah, Karan Kumar Pandeyji, good evening and welcome to this program. Okay, let's move ahead, Pronol, and I think the most important thing is discussion of a lot of things are happening in Sydney. और मैंने बहुत ही जल्द से इसको संभाला है, and I hope you can see the screen, Pronol. You can see what's happening. So we'll come to the book launch, but there's some functions that are happening in Sydney. And there is on the 22nd of May, Eid celebrations. Myself and a few other friends, we are doing some live karaoke, live music, and you invited. That's Johnny Ali's chamber, and I think you invited as well. And
I'm invite Kerry said. I told him that I will see to that. Maybe
yes, so that's happening on Saturday.
I will check my diary.
I think it's Saturday 21st or 22nd. Sorry, it's 22nd ko hai. Yes, it's 22nd.
It's a Saturday, right? Okay.
Yes, it's a Saturday. Just for Eid celebration, we'll be singing some songs and having a bit of fun.
And कौन रहेगा?
There is Avinash, Tawfiq hai, myself, sorry, and Johnny.
It's Tawfiq. It's Tawfiq.
Yes, hero Tawfiq, yes. And yes, for the coming, we've got the shows happening, which is on the 19th of June, and this is पहले हम दो तब हम तीन हो गए. This is by Kishore Chetty and साथ में Rakesh Maharaj, renowned singer in Sydney. That is on the 19th of June.
Vinod Baba bhi hai na?
Yes, Vinod Baba, of course, yes. And a few other, Dr. Anil hai, Javis hai, और साथ में और भी singers hai, Vishwa hai. So yeah, it'll be something of a different, that is so far, as I know, the show is probably going on. उधर है same date को कल हो ना हो, 19th of June.
Oh,
yes,
it's
with
on
the
the same
Shishila,
date, right?
yes.
Okay.
At Skyview Reception Function Center में हो रहा है ये, जहाँ पे आप लोग पहले ही बजाए हुए, and साथ में, you know, that's happening. उधर बाबा का एक जवानी दीवानी नामक प्रोग्राम हो रहा है. This is also happening on a Friday, May 21st is happening.
Oh, ये कहाँ पर है भाई?
This is Skyview once again with Marina and Sivan and a few other artists, and of course our friend Nasir Koya ji भी है उसमें. That's happening on the May as well. So blog feed में जाकर दे सकते हैं. And this macho show is happening. कैसे हम बोल सकते हैं इस show को? And the one on the absolute left of the audience, or my right, I think audience का left या right होगा, उसमें है ये गोर वाला लड़का जो यहाँ पे हमारे सामने बैठा है.
यार जैसे से बुढ़ा होता है गोरापन जाए लगा, कैसे
गोरापन जाए लगा, बस तुम उसमें कौन सी बोले, कोयला लगाओ.
Param ji, अच्छा, I have got a quiz you here. Okay, so this is इसके बारे में हम जल्दी से श्रोताओं को बता दें, मगर उससे पहले आप, you are the host for the evening, right?
अभी मैं पता नहीं मैं कौन सी करेंगे.
वही तो. So anything you are looking forward to?
Oh, myself.
Yes.
Hangama.
On this platform.
Hangama.
हंगामा ना।
Yes, yes.
और ओके, अच्छा। और वैसे जल्दी से बता दे परम जी कि एट द मोमेंट आई वुड से ड्यू टू कोविड रिस्ट्रिक्शंस हमारा जो बैंड का जो ticket sales है, it is reached full capacity.
Okay.
So many people are calling us and many people are asking, आग्रह कर रहे हैं कि भैया टिकट दे दो. So I must say that अभी तो फुल कैपेसिटी है. दैट मीन्स हम लोगों का जो काउंसलर है उन लोगों ने हम लोगों को नंबर दिया, इससे ज्यादा नहीं जाना बिकॉज देयर सिक्योरिटी विल बी देयर. सो फिंगर्स क्रॉस्ड कि आज समय आते थे द होल हॉल विल बी ओपन अप, देन लोगों को इत्तला हम उस समय जरूर करेंगे. सो अगर आप हैरान परेशान हैं प्लीज हमको माफ कर देना. द टिकट्स हैव गॉन वेरी वेरी फास्ट. और हम लोगों ने बहुत लोगों ने रिंग किया कि भैया $20 का रखा है. इट्स लाइव बैंड, इतना मेहनत करते हो, 9 जन है प्लस परम भी है, बड़ा बड़ा हस्ती लोग है, परम है ना, तो दाम
हमारी के ऊपर तुम टिकट कटाओ. बड़ा हस्ती है.
तो मैंने कहा नहीं, वी कुड हैव इंक्रीज द प्राइस, वी कुड हैव मेड अ लॉट ऑफ मनी इन दिस, बट परम जी व्हाट वी हैव डन, ना, it's all for entertainment. We want to give back something to the community. We know the COVID पे बहुत लोग मायूस हैं और कुछ लोग they're not, our friends are not working, so I said no, 20, keep it $20. और खाना बिकेगा वहाँ पर, केशो बेचेंगे, but $7 to $10.
Food is quite nice.
Food.
Yes.
And one condition लगा है हमेशा की तरह कि there will not be any palau sales.
Okay.
Palau sales. Last time we got him, I said, make sure there's no palau to be sold. So there will be lots of variety of food sold. और इसमें sponsors हमारे खास sponsors है Sydney Accounting and Taxation. Thank you very much guys for the trust in us. और लोगों को ये भी बतला दे पर कि for this show we boys have just from our pocket we have
pocketed from yourself.
Pocketed from ourselves $500 each. हम लोग दिया whole के भर दिया, so we are debt free now at the moment, right? So something to give back to the community. और ऐसे भी अच्छा लगे कि last week I went to a function and there were some people, they told me not to take their names, Param, and you know what? They said you guys are doing a marvelous job. हमारे हाथ में ऐसे $250, $300 ऐसे रख के चला के, and he asked me not to tell anybody नाम है, वो अब से कर गिर जावे. झूठ नहीं बोलता. So the trust that the people are putting in us, I just don't know, I mean, so enormous and so wonderful. We are so blessed. So food रहेगा by Kesho, और sound रहेगा best sound by the heavens. Our handsome Paramji will be the MC. Our COVID restrictions, we will follow the guidelines stipulated by the council, and security will be there, guys. So it's a large and safe car park there. Dress code is up to you. And songs के बारे में बतला दे. There will be no repeated ones, Paramji. Which is,
so these songs will be totally different from any other functions of yours.
Totally from any other functions of yours. A few snippets we have put on Facebook. वही repeat रहेगा. But these songs you have not probably heard for a while on Facebook or YouTube. क्योंकि Paramji हम देखते हैं Facebook पर किसी को निंदा नहीं करना चाहते हैं. People from all around the world, they are after COVID. I was thinking people would change a little bit. Everybody is singing those old songs like Ajnabi Hasina and all those things. Good luck, they know their range. But अगर देखा जाए तो किशोर कुमार has sung over 2,600 songs in his life. Lata Mangeshkar ji, she's turning 88 and she has sung over about 25,000 songs over the 7 decades. Mohammad Rafi sahab को देखा जाए about 28,000 songs a guy. So 30,000 songs each guy. So I दावे के साथ कह सकते हैं कि there are a lot of songs we can choose from. हम जानते हैं singers, they know their range, but अगर गुजारिश करते हैं कि let's come up with something different so that we don't repeat the songs which we have been singing and hearing over and over again on Facebook or whatever. Or let's challenge ourselves this time.
Sure.
Oh, we are on TikTok, so do follow us on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook.
Wonderful for the plug. And the Guru's Band, don't forget, उसके बारे में details हम आपको देते ही रहेंगे as we proceed with our program, and any other week will be coming. Witty Voice is also the new form, the old boys with the new formed here, and that's the local singers around here in Sydney. There's Arfaz Ali, Dan Raju, and Dev Chopra. Of course, in many roles of Chikni hai, or in hilarious.
इन लोगों का भी चिकनी रहेगा ना?
Chikni is also there. Samay na kona. Yes. Okay. And so that's happening on the 21st.
And also, Paramji, I think 21st, no?
Yes, okay. 21st.
And there will be a guest. I can see a guest singer over there. Is that Khushbu?
Yes, I think guest singer is Khushbu.
Guest speaker
Yes.
is Khushbu. Okay,
Yep,
she
yep, yep.
won the best female
Okay, we'll
award
go
in
through the
Binaka Awards last
nominations of
year.
that in a second after
Thank
this.
you.
और साथ साथ में विनोद दाउन चद्रा is having a Sortaj. He's
Oh,
singing. That's
Fiji के बंदा वहाँ पर हम लोग
Fiji's
के
one of
represent
the
करे लड़का.
is the only Fiji guy who's actually participating in that. So
Oh,
congrats to
he's
him.
the only guy.
Yes, the only guy. And that's happening on the on May the 15th, Saturday. So if you are free, please do go and support. He requires our support. And
Swartaj is backed by none other than our favorite SARS band, nah?
SARS band, of course, yes.
Is it?
Yes, of course, SARS band. So that's all the happenings. Please, if you have missed, go back and Raj Singh. आप यदि आप
Oh, Raj bhai,
mentioning, if you are mentioning your names, do let us know कहाँ से आप हैं.
Or Raj bhai Melbourne say, hey, he's the
Melbourne
guy
से.
who's taking, who has promised and hired the Guru's band
Oh,
to
okay. So am
play
I coming, Raj?
play in Melbourne. Raj bhai,
Am I coming, Raj?
तो हम लोग so
Okay.
बहुत important बंदा है, उसके ढेर पक देख पड़ी बेचारा ने, तो हम लोग के ditch कर दिया.
Okay, of course. When that comes in due course, we'll be advising people कि क्या हो रहा है. So those are the happenings on the Sydney. And Pronol, what have you got on your side as far as entertainment?
Entertainment, can we say about that? We were talking about the show experiences in Sydney. एक दो मुद्दा है जो उठाना हम चाहते हैं.
Okay, we'll have to keep it
Can I
short
do
on
about-
that.
Can we do that about the August that we're talking about?
Yes, while we're talking about shows in Sydney.
Exactly. So I thought it would be better chain to just connect them together.
Sure.
Param ji, आप तो बहुत दिनों से you came here in about 80s, 1980s ना, आप तो पेंशन आ गया ना, and I've been here nearly हमारा लगभग two decades हो गया, 20 years हो गया, और I have enjoyed many shows in Sydney, and I've been like you, I've been an MC and keyboard player, whatever. I've gone to many shows as an audience, as a participant, or whatever it is, right? But एक चीज हम 20 years में नहीं सुधरा. I must say, अब नाम नहीं लेता कोई के, but there are some people, right? परम जी हम देखते हैं. I don't know why the promoters, they keep on entertaining these things, right? ऐसे देखा जाए, अगर किसी को, for example, कोई लड़का या लड़की को बोले, अच्छा तुम्हें हमारे शो में गाना गा देना, ना? तो गाना गा देना, blah blah blah. तो so what they do, they'll make a condition straight away. Okay, हम आएगा, हमार फेस 2 गान रख देना, और हमार number 1, number 3 रख देना, हम गाय के हम चल देंगे, दूसरा पार्टी में जाएंगे, So I have noticed that on many occasions, right? Because as an MC and whatever it is, I can't say that to the promoters, but I सोचा कि हम लोग के chit chat forum में आज बता दी ये podcast में कि there are many people, or even कोई आई पैसा भी ले या फिर award ले, जो कुछ ले, बोली भैया हमें कहीं जावे के तुम जल्दी कर देना. So they don't want to sit back and relax and see what the other friends out there who are entertaining us with. So there's no respect shown there. हमारा दावा ये, अगर तुम एक शो में, if you're a singer, either you get a song number 1 or song number 20, right? Stay back. तुम्हारा गाना सब कुछ सुनी से, right? तो equally respect should be shown कि उन लोग के गाना भी तुम सुनो ना. So people, what do you call this? You said they are hoggers, no?
बहुत सारे shows में होती है. There's all different personalities, I suppose.
There's a lot of selfishness shown there, and promoters should be vigilant, I would say. And also, I must add there that if you are hiring a band or if you are hiring a group at this moment, please never say, well, हम लोग संगे तो नहीं बीता है. शुरुआत की जिंदगी में बहुत बीता था when you started the Gurus. भैया तुम्हें ये गाना है, तुम लोग बजा देंगे गुरुज यार. पैसा तो नहीं देगा, लेकिन तुम लोग के plug दे देगा, तुम लोग के platform दे देगा, promotion हो जी, right? Gone are those days now. If you're getting somebody to sing, getting somebody to play, especially the musicians, right? They work very hard. They practice a lot of time. So it's better you give them the due respect. You give them the due money that they earn. जितना भी देगा उससे तो खर्चा नहीं चली, but the respect is there. It's always there. कुछ दिया हम लोग बोलेगा, हाँ भैया respect के तौर पर they have given me some money, So I would say Param ji, for the last बड़ा ही नहीं कहता, last 30 years हो गया मैं बजाते. You know what? Every time when I go to a show, I get the money. घरे हम औरत के दे देता.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and then she takes the money and then she keeps it. She buys
तभी से तुम्हें मौका मिले बजाए के.
अबे मौका मिला, दैट्स द थिंग। ये अपन बड़ा भैया, हम बड़ा भैया सिखाया, शादी करी 7-10 years ago, हम बोला भैया जैसे आई पैसे देना, तभी कर पर नहीं करी। So it's not that they need the money, they work and they
Of course, of
on
course.
keeps, but it's just the
Sacrifice के
incentive
लिए
ऐसा
ना.
ना। हाँ, तो लोगों को ये सब कुछ छोटी-छोटी बात सीखना है। और यार आखिरी बहुत ज़्यादा बात करता है। शो में हम देखा है कि if there is a big show and if somebody hires और किड्स लोग के भला गाना गाए के लिए परफेक्ट, हम तो लव करता है ना, युवा वाणी प्रोग्राम फिजी में लेता रहा। सो इफ यू प्रमोटिंग द किड्स, वंडरफुल जॉब। हाउएवर अगर डांस आइटम्स रहे चेंज करे प्लीज गिव देम द इनिशियल स्टेज,
माने कि पहले ब्रैकेट में,
पहले ब्रैकेट में दे दो, ना कि लास्ट रखो, सेकंड रखो, बेचारा लड़का लोग थक जाए। बहुत जगह देखा ठंडा में कापे आए, बोले एमसी भैया हमें जल्दी कर दो, बट द प्रमोटर सेज नो नो नो, यू हैव टू सिट बैक। सो लड़के के प्रति आई एम वेरी वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट। हम एज एमसी भी रहता है, आई फाइट टू मेक द किड्स परफॉर्म एंड देन दे कैन सिट बैक एंड रिलैक्स और दे कैन गो।
very true, yes.
So these are छोटी-छोटी नुस्खे हैं। I think the promoter should keep this in mind. Oh, you're a promoter. Sorry, I'm not aiming my gun at you.
That's okay. I'm
but, you know,
actually very particular about things as well. So it's a good point, and I think a lot of promoters who are actually watching this program or would be getting some sort of a news through people would definitely adhere to things like that. You know, especially in countries like Australia, where
Yes.
tons of talents are there. So yes, those who are
Alright.
singers as well as please आपका जो turn है turn follow कीजिएगा. You know, if your turn comes to sing, please. I think they should
इन्हें
be
बोलो कि
some
माना
sort
मेरा
of
बजाय कम जाता है।
I
इन्हें बोलो
think
कि भैया गाय कम जाता है ना।
एक गाना तो हम गायक जाके खोल देवे ना फिजी भाषा में बोले.
गाय चल देगा। No, it doesn't work like that. हाँ।
Yes, and I think artists should be humble and wait for the turn. And जिस तरह से, क्योंकि there's a lot of organizing involved, backstage बहुत सारा काम तमाम होता है, musicians है, bands है, sound system guys है, wires है, dances है, and you got all these other people who want to come backstage for a successful show. तो मुश्किल होती है. तो I think backstage is very important. I've seen so many things backstage happening, and I have been actually cautioned as well, to be nice to people at backstage. But the thing is, when you're delivering something, you need clarity. You need, to concise.
हम भी आपके क्वेश्चन के राइट है, ख्याल है?
Yes, of course.
Long story, but
Yes.
kids and anyway. So promoter से हिंदी बोले ना, नर्म निवेदन, gracefully asking if you can adhere to these things and be vigilant. अगर कोई बोले भैया मेरा टाइम नहीं है, तुम सेकंड गाना दे देना, हम गायक चल दूसरा पार्टी, वही टाइम बोलो भैया अलविदा, बाय बाय,
अलविदा बताओ.
Yeah, because there's no respect shown to the other entertainers,
other artists who are on the line, of course.
Other artists over there, yeah. So and respect, mutual respect होना अनिवार्य है, बहुत ज़रूरी है.
Yeah, that's very true, and I think as an artist, they should actually respect people and other people. Khair, that was a little bit of a gripe, and I think it's information, and it's quite informative. We don't think it as a gripe, but look, it's always good to observe things and put it out there. और जबकि हमारे पास medium है, we are both from entertainment field, both from music field, and I think it's very important कि हमारे जो थोड़े gripes है जो रहते हैं, we can actually acknowledge and share, I suppose.
Yeah,
share on a very light
work
note.
on that. If you're lacking that,
Nobody's perfect. We are not perfect. We make mistakes as well. So it happens.
Exactly.
Khair, thank you for that, Pronol. And so, what have you got today? Let's, as far as entertainment is concerned, I believe you've got some wonderful news on entertainment.
Yes.
What's happening in our film
yes.
industry?
अच्छा परम भूल गया पूछे कि do you have Netflix in Fiji?
I don't think
Do
so.
they have-
I don't think so because they have internet speed अभी उतना up to par नहीं है. I think one of the guys in the forum would be able to answer. So those who are listening, कि अगर Fiji में Netflix है या नहीं है. I'm pretty sure there's no Netflix. Oh है कौन सी वाले TV वाला एंटेना पॉइंट करो. राउंड लगा.
राउंड वाला हाँ. So they have the Sky. If I पता नहीं 20 साल पहले तो Sky यूज होता था वहाँ पर. Anyway, तो अगर आप फिजी में जब लॉकडाउन में हैं तो इसमें अगर आप कुछ कैचअप करना चाहते हैं, हमारा इधर Netflix में तो ढेर सारे ऐसे कुछ lovely movies, lovely clips आए हुए हैं. The first one, Param, have you seen The White Tiger? Have you seen that on Netflix?
कौन है इसमें?
It's also on World Max as well. उसमें प्रियंका चोपड़ा है. So it's a story based in India about a man killing his boss to be number one, something like that. So The White Tiger is a very good movie to watch at the moment. It's about
Okay.
90 minutes के है
Yes,
और
they have
lovely.
Netflix in Fiji. Sorry to interrupt you.
They have.
Yes, and
Oh,
somebody
okay.
said my brother uses mine. So actually Netflix you can share.
Yes,
So
actually.
you can
हम
give your
अपन
login to your family, by the way. तो बोले Fiji में है. Someone has said they can't share yours.
okay.
They can't share yours apparently.
No.
मैंने फरमाया. Raveen Sharma was
Oh.
actually watching us is saying कि
Oh.
you can't share, and then he says my brother uses mine. So yes, they have
हम
Netflix.
अपन yes, they have. Okay, I'm using Deepak Saxena के पास वो मेरी से. So Deepak Saxena वाला.
Rodney says we do have, bro.
Rodney, okay. Oh,
Yes,
so
yes,
have.
we have.
So Netflix में The White Tiger एक है ये अगर देखें.
प्रियंका चोपड़ा ना?
प्रियंका चोपड़ा. और एक और है त्रिभंगा. It's Kajol के है.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that.
Tribanga. She used a lot of swear words and things like that, but the storyline is very catchy. The other one lockdown में देखना चाहते हैं तो अगर आप 2015 में if you have been reading novels, there's a writer called Paula Hawkins. He wrote a very good novel, The Girl on the Train. So this is based. There's a clip on that as well. और फिर एक और अक्षय कुमार की बेल बॉटम. ये तो निकली नहीं है, but it's out this month. और आखिरी में बेल बॉटम के बाद में there is a movie Param. You should see this as well. श्रोताओं को भी अगर देखना चाहे. Nail Polish. नाम बहुत बेकार है. Nail Polish. But I mean, goodness, it's a thriller movie, and I would say it explores the uncertainty of the human mind. Oh, lovely. हाँ, it's a thriller है. Human mind कैसे work करता है? It works like that. Arjun Rampal is the main character there.
Wow,
lovely to watch.
I must watch it. मैं तुम बताना कौन ला है?
You love this.
I like Arjun Rampal. I like Arjun Pal's films and
Arjun Rampal.
There was another Abhishek Bachchan one, no? It was a good one. I don't know if you've seen
Abhishek
it. It's on Prime. Prime में है.
It's a Prime. I know that one, but
yes.
देखा नहीं है अभी. और इस साल तो अभी एक फिल्म चले रूही, right? Box office पे बोले एवरेज चले रूही.
Who's in it?
और दूसरा I was very रूही no actors है.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
और दूसरा है एक मुंबई सागा बट जून इब्राहिम है. तो हम गोल्ड मैक्स में देखा है, बट थोड़ा देखा है. द कॉपी इज नॉट गुड बिकॉज इट हैजंट बीन आउट ऑन एचडी. बेचारा फ्लॉप हो गया मूवी यार.
ओके.
बॉक्स ऑफिस पर बहुत बुरी तरह से पिटी है, मगर इससे बहुत वायलेंस है. आई थिंक प्रोबब्ली दैट्स व्हाई अभी लोग मांगे दे वांट लव स्टोरीज एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट. और एक और मूवी है मास्टर, ये भी फ्लॉप हो गई है. बट खुश नसीबी की बात ये है परम कि अमिताभ बच्चन आवर फेवरेट 2021 इस साल नेक्स्ट ईयर इसके लगभग 10 मूवी निकले.
10 films.
I'm looking for 10 movies, bro, and
wow.
I'm looking forward to that. Or the best one I'm looking forward is Arcade 2. Arcade 1 देखा? Have you seen that?
गोविंदा वाला?
नहीं Arcade bank robbery अमिताभ बच्चन.
Oh no. And, I haven't seen Arcade 2. I haven't seen one even.
One देख लेना भैया. उसमें they are नेत्रहीन people है. नेत्रहीन है अक्षय.
Netflix में है?
It should be there. I've seen many years ago. I've seen that. It was.
Yes. Akshay. I saw it. Yes, I've seen it.
He's
yes,
blind.
I see so many films जो दिमाग से निकल जावे.
ये ला बहुत जुलूम है. You can see it over and over again.
कौन सी बहुत जुलूम है.
बहुत जुलूम है. फिजी का बहुत जुलूम है. And Arcade 2 is coming out with actors like Anil Kapoor and Arshad Warsi is there. So I'm looking forward to Amitabh Bachchan, right? Or I'm looking forward to the movie Radhe, right? Reviews.
Somebody also said Samuel has said that Pihu is a nice movie to watch on Netflix. Yes.
I've seen it there. Yes.
Pihu bhi hai. Who's I haven't seen Pihu. See, I have been very busy. I've been watching a lot of Korean films. Korean subtitled hai to romantic drama long and actions, and I've been just engulfed into that at the moment.
Okay.
Yes. उसमें बहुत busy है.
बहुत busy. राधे भी I'm looking forward to that. बोले राधे भी Korean movie के is copied that.
Copy करे बहुत भारी है.
राधे, yeah, Salman Khan is there as a lead role. और एक और movie is coming out in the theaters or Seema and them, they've said Rina has said they're going to watch it on in the theaters. Suryavanshi. Everybody's looking forward to that.
I think Suryavanshi, the new one, na old one to khatam ho gaya.
Yeah, old wala Suryavansham ra mere khayal se.
Yes. Okay. No, Suryavanshi bhi hai, I think. Suryavanshi hai, Salman Khan ke.
Oh, acha. And then another one looking forward to is Bell Bottom.
Bell Bottom
nahi raha.
Okay.
Akshay Kumar ki is based on it's a spy detective story.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. So
well,
that's what I have for entertainment.
On the note of Bollywood, a lot of people are not watching Bollywood films because of few things happening in India. So उसके बारे में हम अलग से एक प्रोग्राम में रखेंगे and we'll share the views of people कि क्या हो रहा है. Why are they not watching films in the sector?
कहने का तात्पर्य है परम जी, इसमें personal view कोई बोले नहीं. People can make their own choices, but
of course.
Hey, agar entertainment is to it's a sort of therapy as well.
Yes.
If you are away from entertainment and concerts
और आजकल के दौर में अभी क्या हो रहा है दुनिया में?
इस दौर में exactly.
It's quite important.
So we need that therapy. We need that Akshay Kumar. We need that therapy to move forward. But personal views it. Or some people have taken it hard. So good luck to them.
Yes. Somebody has actually, Shashi is actually a very good follower. She's from Melbourne. She said, "Why are you even promoting Bollywood, Param? I don't expect this from you." Apologies, Shashi ji. ये तो information है, and make movies in Fiji. It's quite expensive. Movies के बारे में हम कभी बातें करेंगे क्योंकि my experience has been from Bollywood as well. I've made film over there as well as in Fiji. तो उसके बारे में कभी हम share करेंगे कि क्या हो रहा है as far as filmmaking is concerned. And I think as Pronol has pointed out, it's not a matter of, it's a people's choice कि क्या हो रहा है Netflix में आजकल क्योंकि there's a lot of people at home due to COVID. Fiji में lockdown है. And, there's worldwide lockdown. Worldwide.
And also, therapy का ज़रिया है. The other thing, Param, I must point out कि this is common knowledge. So the information is out there. So it's not that we are making these things. It's information. It's common knowledge, general knowledge.
Yes.
Not general, sorry. Common knowledge. So we are just collecting the data and then presenting to our friends on this Chit Chat Masala.
Well, thank you for that. And those who love movies and love watching films, not just Bollywood. Bollywood is just forthcoming. We've just touched a little bit on it, but there's so many movies on Netflix. I think the world is moving towards Netflix and also towards Prime and Amazon and all those, online platforms that are promoting films, not just Bollywood films. There's Korean, there's Chinese, there's Lebanese, there's French. There's so many wonderful films, do you know? And wonderful, and also Netflix is wonderful for that.
And may I add to that कि हम लोग कितना भी फिल्म के boycott करेगा, right? But
चुप्पे सब देखिए.
हाँ, चुप्पे से सबको देखिए, बोले सबको. But if a movie is being produced, you must not forget कि कितना people के रोजी रोटी इसमें बने हैं ना India. We have been there before. So
very true. Very
true.
The
producer or the main boy जो पैसा लेके जाए. So the unemployment rate. Employment rate high है ना because of all these things. So it's not just कि boycotting. There are so many people रोजी रोटी चले हैं. Apart from Akshay Kumar and the producer, छोटा लड़का लोग चाय वालों के भी उनके पेट चले हैं ना. So we have to look at it in a very broad up spectrum as well.
Well, I suppose it's a good point. It's a good point, Pronol, and I think as this program extends in due course, we'll be having debates on that as well. अभी तो हम लोग अपना पैर जमा रहे हैं. खैर, wonderful for that, and we look forward for some more information. Or as I said before, कि this program we are not having any musical content of it because it's quite informative, and we hope कि हमारे जो audience हमारे साथ बने रहेंगे. They will like something that we perform and we put out of here for you guys. And in due course, when we get experienced, हमारे पास थोड़े से पैसे हो जाते हैं and technical issues and things are sorted out, then we'll probably perform from there. हाँ,
हम भी एक mic खरीद लेंगे, पैसा है जी ना.
वहाँ से perform करी Pronol, and when I get more experienced, थोड़ा और सीख ले, then I'll perform from here a song. So that's not something. Yeah. So music is of course to come.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, and on that topic, there is another thing that you wanted to talk about, and let's talk about that.
book review. I was talking about the book review. Can I talk on that? I would take much of a time. Just a small book review on a book that I have just read.
Yes.
So I have लोगों को बतला दे कि I am an avid reader as well.
Can I just hold you? Can I just hold you there for a second, Pranol? Do people
Sure.
still read books? My question is, do people still read books? हमारे
Most
ऑडियंस
of
में
them are
कितने
not
लोग हैं
keen.
जो अभी तक पढ़ते हैं बुक?
हम सोचा नहीं ये बात यार. I have seen people
किंडल वगैरह लेके चलते हैं, किंडल वगैरह.
Kindle देखते हैं. My daughter, my बड़कनी लड़की,
Yes.
she was a very avid reader. बहुत भारी बुक पढ़ता रहा. And then she had a switch to Kindle. Kindle में गए थोड़े दिन Kindle में चला. And now she's an online reader.
Yeah, I mean e-books.
Physical e-books.
Yes.
The physical books कोई नहीं खरीदे. You know, I'm an old school guy, so I do buy books. You know, Amazon is the best source for me.
So do you think people still read books?
जना नहीं पे नहीं
You don't think so?
Majority it has come down because बहुत कुछ होने लगा दुनिया में ना electronic wise, you know.
Yes.
Facebook आएगी है, YouTube आएगी, TikTok बच्चा कुचा TikTok आएगी, so everybody is busy.
I read books. I've got books here. I was so busy. हम निकाला नहीं था, तुम्हें दिखाता भी हूँ. What I actually read. Next time I'll show you what I read.
अच्छा, next time you give book review, okay?
Okay.
So and at the moment I'm doing a chain reading. 3-4 बुक एक लागे पड़ता है, भुलाया जाता है, बुढ़ा हो गया ना, फिर जाके फिर से आप पढ़े. So I'm doing a chain reading. The other one is the Last King of Cross. I bought it from you know John Abraham, our John Abraham name.
Yes.
King's Cross. You know that guy. You know that family.
Yes, I know.
So yeah. So he's written.
Underbelly type है.
Underbelly type. So it's
Okay.
underbelly.
Yes.
Right. So he wrote a book himself, and I'm reading that.
Is he inside or outside?
No, he's never been caught, bro. I mean, he's a good.
Okay.
He's always been clean from day one. So he's been given a clean chit. Oh, bhaiya log hai, they've been in and out. But this guy, I love his. I love his confidence, you know. So, and the other book I'm reading together with that, I've just finished Shipel Kobe ke baare mein, a book number 2. So Shipel Kobe, everybody knows that. So I bought the first one while she was in prison, and when
Can
she
I
came
ask you
out,
something, Pronol? I'll just have to interject in a second. Have you met a murderer?
Have I met a murderer?
Somebody who's done time inside.
And they're inside.
And they're outside.
Fiji में.
Anywhere. We abroad. Anywhere. यहाँ पे या Fiji में. Anywhere. You've met someone in Fiji?
We met someone in Fiji, but murderer नहीं रहा. मेरी चोरी दी करके क्या भीतर लंबा सफर रहा भीतर. He came out. He became a very religious man.
Wow. Did you know that I actually happened to meet that guy who was the murderer of that nurse in Fiji? Alvin Bernadette something. Was a pretty nurse in Fiji. It's quite an old story. And I actually met that guy. He did the full sentence. But बाहर निकला off हो गया.
Off मतलब
माने कि he was quite because he was part and parcel of it, na? So apparently he's lost his senses.
Oh.
So yep. He's still around.
As soon as he came out, when he was inside.
No. I think inside we bhera, and I wanted to actually interview him. And it's just by, Elvin Nair. Yes, we know Elvin Nair. It's just by sheer, I don't know, bad luck. But, I was a bit skeptical कि इसको किस तरह से interview किया जाए because, public medium देखने के लिए, it's going to be, totally different. So I didn't know if I wanted to interview because positive and negatives, when you're into journalism, you have to give positive and negative, ना? तो भले इंसान ने कुछ किया हो अपने ज़िंदगी में, हम लोगों को उस अलग ज़रिए से देखना चाहिए कि क्या हो रहा है ना. But I missed that opportunity though.
Oh, so when I was in Fiji, like I said, I was a journalist, and Sundays के एक feature article निकला था. It was the most famous article, journalist article during my days. Feedback भी मिला रहा कि Daily Post के Sunday was the most bought newspaper. Why? का अपन टायर फ्लाइट करी. I used to write something on Sundays, right?
तुम like अपन देखत रहा.
हाँ. तो कौन सी रहा? It happens like this. पहले एक program आता रहा परम John the truth is out there. नहीं एक English ला movie The Truth Is Out There. कौन ला रहा उसके नाम?
I don't know.
Title रहा
Don't know.
The Truth Is Out There.
Somebody in the
So
audience might know.
कोई अच्छा नाम रहा, music लगा. So I copied that name. So what happened? And in the weekdays I used to go to this judiciary, right? They have a library. So in the library, they all have captured they typed out stories of the people who have murdered, all the murderers. So there was a section there, right? So I used to go there, and so it was a library of all the murderers. So I used to copy what each and every. Actually, I've got the articles here. Next time के लिए हम दिखाएगा.
Next time.
Next time के लिए, right? I've written Daily Post के articles दिखाएगा. So the murderers, what they did, what happened before they were captured, each and every step. So I brought that out in the newspaper. I changed the names only, but all of them came out as pastors, as graduates. Fiji came out as university graduates and things like that. So they did their time in the prison, but then most of them, they finished their studies. They became church padri ban gaye, konchi ban gaye. So they became public में काम करने के लिए. It was something during those times,
X-Files.
So I think
X-Files.
X-Files.
Yes, Vinod Vinod. His memory is pretty good.
Vinod भैया जय हो. X-Files Sunday के by Pronol right. हम देखना है if you can.
Okay.
That. I've got the articles here. Anyway, long story cut short. So Madras के नहीं मिला, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to the book review.
So back to the books, right? Acha, ebook hai, why I chose this, The Journey of a Gambler's Wife. This is written by my kaki, real kaki, right? I'm a chota kaka.
Kaka ka wife. Kaki.
Kaka ke wife, kaka ke ex-wife, kaki. So she was in Fiji and then she migrated. No? So this is the real life story of my kaki. And she is the author of this book, but she has changed her name, so naam hum nahi legam. Her name is, fictitious name is Bella Sharma. And this is the real life story of her. And so she, in this book, इन्होंने अपना यही कुछ बयान किया है कि the depths of all the hardship she overcame, all the obstacles she had to reach to what she is today. So she wrote this story, Paramji, and I met her the other day. She came from Melbourne and she wanted to meet me. And I said, why did you write this? She said, I want to inspire courage and the strength and optimism in people who have been in a similar situation. तुम पता है book कैसे है ना? So इसके journey, हमारे काकी के journey from Dram to Melbourne, she escaped the family violence during those times. She escaped the emotional and mental abuse during those times by the village people, by those times, right? I'm not going to name anybody. And she came here, and then she got married to a very handsome bloke from, I think, Sri Lanka or whatever. And then this man had a secret life. He was a very strong gambler, right? And then, so, बिचारी फिजी छोड़ के आई से violence नहीं, misery छोड़ के आई से फिजी में ना, violence नहीं रहा, यहाँ पर आई के, and then she went through all the violence and the emotional torture, mental torture, abuse, stalking, harassment, all in the name of love. And she had 3 daughters, and so Australia में बिचारी कैसी अकेले, ना language, ना पैसा, 3 छोटा बच्चा, ये घर से भागो, वो घर से भागो, ये घर, what you went through. अब जब सब चीज सेटल हो गई, लड़का बड़ा है ये, and she sat down and she wrote this book. And हम पढ़ा, अब तो आँखी में आंसू आएंगे ना. तो इसकी लड़की लोग बोले, मम्मी तुम्हें कौन जरूरी सब चीज लिखो ये बुढ़ापा में?
Is it on Amazon or is it on any of the
Amazon? It's on Amazon. It's on eBay.com as well.
So they can download it.
They can download it. They can buy, even physical copy buy it. Okay, it's about $40, right? And then Bichari, and now she's okay. She's left the man, but what she went through is beyond anybody's scope. I say कि औरत लोग Australia maybe what they're going through. So she wrote this to encourage other women out there who are facing domestic violence or abuse, or इसके गैम्बला से शादी हो गए और तुम्हें पता नहीं है, but घर के एक चीज चोरी हो जावे, घर के एक चीज pawn shop में end up हुए ना, and she's out on the streets and things like that. So she wrote this book to encourage other women, especially women from Fijian background. कि नहीं, there are a lot of support out there, a lot of organizations, they are ready to help. And uske dher mein ढेर organizations, they helped her right throughout. So the journey of a gambler's wife. दोस्तों अगर if you wanna read more, it's a very good read. You can read in
बेला
even
शर्मा
one sitting.
फिजियन ना
Fijian. पहले उसके नाम first नाम बेला रख दीजिए, but she's got her own name, and you can read it in 1 or 2 sittings. एक दो दफा समझा के बैठ के you can finish it. It's a thick book, but oh my goodness, what she's gone through, I think everybody should know. Shocked beyond belief, right? कि इसके husband वो लाया नहीं था, but he was also a very heavy gambling addict रहा ना. शुरू में बेचारी बताई नहीं चलो यार हम लोग फैमिली है नहीं करो, but the guy never improved, man. हम तो दिल के मारी लात Fiji language में ना, but so this is the book review of that. She and Amazon, I think she got 4 or 5 stars probably,
okay
3 or 4 stars, but she's done well. I wish my Kaki all the best. Now at the moment she is a guest speaker hired by the government, so कोई gambling problem says she goes and gives speeches in organizations, in TAFEs and things like that. And a big salute to this wonderful Kaki of mine.
Nice, wonderful. Well, thank you for that information, Pronol, and I hope those people who are watching would like to read that book. If you do get an opportunity, do go back in our feed if you're listening to this. If you need any information, you can message us on Messenger and we can give you some details. And Pronol, somebody has asked, Pronol Roy, was your father a principal at Lomoi Secondary?
Yes, he was.
Ji, yes, somebody asked in the
principal there jagah par, last was Sau Secondary mein, and there I was born, so that's why, hence my Bairhal, mera zindagi wahan ka.
Wow, okay. Well, that's a bit of a story, isn't it? A little bit of a story. Well,
good story.
समय के साथ हम निकलते हैं और एवरी वीक जैसे कि मैंने फरमाया है कि हमारी जो कहानी अभी बजा है टाइम
नहीं बोला जैसे स्टूडियो से बोला जाए, come on.
Yes, so
बोलो
कितना बजा है अभी? समय इस समय ठीक 8:45 बज रहे हैं और हम
क्या बात, सही पकड़ा भैया, कहीं
सही पकड़े
सही पकड़े भाभी जी.
So yes, it's Saturday नहीं, sorry, it's आज Wednesday है and weekdays हम इस प्रोग्राम को लेकर आपके बीच कोशिश करेंगे और बहुत सारे चीज़ लेके आने के लिए और ले आने के लिए. ये हमारा सबसे पहला प्रोग्राम and we want to see how it works out, Pronol, and as the content grows, we'll be growing and saying a few things. I'm organizing Gaido Param Bhai along. No, this is not a singing program, although in future, probably 6-7 months down the track, we will be.
Look, if you want to sing, you can.
No, I'm not geared up.
I'm not a singer.
I haven't had anything to eat even. People probably don't realize it's a bit of a work. What?
What have you cooked tonight?
I haven't actually eaten. Actually, I came from work and I just sat here fixing a few things, technical things, and of course you know how it was, running around in the last minute. And you were running from upstairs to downstairs, so thank you for that. And so I've been busy doing a few graphics and all those things. But in due course, yes, of course we'll be singing. And when Pronol gets a sing on his side, when we all set up, we will be. And then Pronol will play keyboard. Yes.
I can play the keyboard, but.
Yes, and moving ahead.
आखिरी नहीं तो just last to base on that ना कि the family values of Kaki के is very strong. So किसी ने क्या खूब कहा है कि परिवार के साथ हमेशा बने रहें, क्योंकि यही वो एकमात्र जगह है परम जहाँ हमें हमारी सारी कमियों के साथ हमें स्वीकार किया जाता है. Right? So परिवार के साथ बने रहे, spend time with the families, and अगर एक गिरे उठाओ जरूर ना. तो हमारा Kaki, she was hell bent on helping that guy, but he just didn't want to. So हमारी सारी कमियां जो है हमारे परिवार ही उनके साथ में स्वीकार करते हैं. So stay with the family, stay blessed, and that's it on the book reviews.
It's very important. Family is very important. Well, ladies and gentlemen, हमारे content हमेशा की तरह जैसे कि मैंने content बहुत ज़्यादा होता है, लेकिन this program is not about putting out there singing and playing songs.
It's not the conventional program that everybody has
this
been
is
looking
a chit-chat program. And something different for the audience there, but as always what we're going to do is actually हमारे जो खास मुद्दा होगा we'll be leaving it towards the end, जहाँ पर हमारे जितने भी लोग हैं, चाहे 2 या 4 लोग जुड़े रहते हैं, उनकी इंट्रोडक्शन चाहिए. और आज हम बातें कर रहे हैं, बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट बात है. और इस हिस्से का जो नाम हमने दिया है, I don't know if you like this. Do you like this name?
कौन? तेरे मेरे बीच में. ऐसा है, ये बंधन गाना तो नहीं है.
No, it's not.
तेरे मेरे
इस गाना नहीं है, क्योंकि तेरे और मेरे यानी कि हमारे और लोगों जो तेरे मेरे बीच में बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं. और आजकल क्या हो रहा है हमारे बीच, ये बताइए.
तो उससे पहले जल्दी से बताइए, before I get all the thunders from my good friend James Madhavan, आज उनका स्पेशल डे है.
Oh yes, of course.
Yes, he's got his birthday today. He's in Newcastle at the moment, working there. So his family gave him a last minute visit. कल रात के 12 बजे उसके होटल में knock करी. Lucky he was inside, bro. So they celebrated their birthday, and he rang me in the morning, said, "हमारा birthday हम अच्छा है, wish कर दे इसके." साथ में सरमन जोशी जो फिल्म एक्टर है, उनका भी आज बर्थडे है. तो जितने भी लोग उनको चाहते हैं, उनके फैंस, सभी को हम हैप्पी बर्थडे. सो जेम्स पुल्ले, पता नहीं देखे है कि नहीं. आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट भैया. दुनिया के तमाम खुशियां आपके कदम चूमे, यही हम ऊपर वाले से दुआ करते हैं. जेम्स, हैप्पी बर्थडे.
Wonderful. Nice program, boys. Thank you, Nagaraj ने फरमाया. But let's move ahead on the main thing, which is our हमारे और आपके बीच में जो हो रहा है. It's a discussion. And basically what we will be having is a topic, and today's topic is of course COVID. थोड़ा सा प्रिपेयर नहीं, म्यूजिक वगैरह जिंगल्स वगैरह प्रिपेयर होता तो हमारे छान से मरता ना.
बट अभी अच्छा लगे. अभी अच्छा लगे. टॉपिक अच्छा लगे. देखो जी, you know what, टॉपिक भी अच्छा साउंड बैकग्राउंड, you know, it's just like driving. If you are driving, अगर बैक में सूदिंग म्यूजिक है तो तुम्हें दिल के 10-20 चलाओ ना. जब तुम धूम धड़का लाला रेगे लगी, दिल कैसे
चलाएगा? एटलीस्ट 40 मंगो चलो. बुड्ढा लोगों दांत निकाल के रख के 40 चला
और जो धूम धड़का रहा है गाना है रेगे है, तो फास्ट है, यू वांट टू ड्राइव फास्ट. इसी तरह से अगर स्टूडियोज में हमारे ढेर सारे अनाउंसर्स भी है. आई टेल इट फ्रॉम एक्सपीरियंस. अगर हम लोग बातें स्टूडियोज में जब करते थे उन जमाने में, जहाँ ना फेसबुक था ना कुछ, तो बैकग्राउंड में इसी तरह से हल्का फुल्का म्यूजिक बजाते थे, तो उसी तरह से बातें भी करते थे. अच्छा, आप सभी का स्वागत है आज इस प्रोग्राम में, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. बट वहां पर अगर तो धूम धड़का ला मुझे सभी का स्वागत है, so you talk like that. So the one that you have put at the moment is quite soothing. It's quite relaxing for this program. I feel very, इतना साल बाद पहला बार हम आया है इसे, and I feel very privileged. Thank you for giving me the chance, brother.
Of course, no problem. You're welcome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, आज का टॉपिक है हमारा जो मेन टॉपिक है. I would like to have some interaction. जितने भी लोग हमारे पास जुड़े हैं, आप कमेंट करिए, and I'll be bringing your comments on this feed on the screen, so others can read as well. खास टॉपिक है हमारा आज COVID-19. It started back in 2019 and it दुनिया भर में बहुत ही जल्दी फैला. As we know, it's quite bad, and India at the moment is taking a second wave of the different stand actually. और काफ़ी लोग हैं जो कोविड के बारे में, I mean, look, people are taking COVID very easily, very lightly. इतना सीरियसली नहीं ले रहे हैं. बट देयर इज वैक्सीन्स अवेलेबल एंड लॉट ऑफ पीपल थिंक कि अरे वैक्सीन लेगा खून हमारी ये हो जी, खून वो जी ना. आई थिंक यू नो कोरोना वायरस, विच इज़ द नेम ऑफ कोविड, शॉर्ट नेम है, it has been around for like years, you know, it's been around for years, and it has been hovering amongst our beds for so many years. And the reason it has come out now is because as viruses, you know, they grow in another hub, they change. So basically what happens by the time they get into the other stage, they're, you know, very, very rigorous. And the last thing they need is a body like a human, like us, quite warm, nice. We feed them well, you know. And they love it.
Yeah, they love it, yeah.
And apparently India is quite bad. And a lot of people are, you know, extending their arms to help them. And a lot of prayers around the globe for them. क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग इस दुनिया से उनका निधन हो रहा है. And that's one big place which is taken the biggest storm. Although they are the biggest, Pula brothers, thank you, Johnny Neely. They're the biggest production of a COVID vaccine in the world.
exactly. That was what I was about to say.
Yeah.
They are the first, one of the first countries to give vaccines to back in Fiji.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, so
For people to get
अभी बट एक
vaccinated.
चीज हमें नहीं अच्छा लगे कि people are different, अभी Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, they're all helping India, right? So
Mm-hmm.
some of the responses that the Indian people are not sorry, some of the people are saying that उन लोग की मदद करे चाहिए because हम लोग भी लोग के करा. No, it shouldn't be like that ना. पर
Yes, of
हम लोग
course.
अपन टाइम उसकी मदद करा तो उन लोग की करे चाहिए. No, it doesn't work like
It
that.
doesn't work like that. Yes.
So कोई अगर help करे ना तो they should
And
thank them with
Fiji
their
is
open
in
arms.
lockdown. 14 days lockdown.
Yes, कौन सी बे सुबह में यार सुपर स्प्रेडर फ्यूनरल में कोई लेके चल दिस ना उधर
Yes, it
सुबह में भी
actually
सब
came.
कनिंगम वगैरह.
Yes, one of the apparently the news sources say that the army general, one of the not the army general, one of the army personnel, के जरिए से
Yes.
the cleaner caught it and the cleaner went to the funeral and of course a lot of people came to the funeral. वहाँ से that's how it spreads.
वहाँ से लॉकडाउन हो गया.
वहाँ से
So
she went to Fiji, Suva. वहाँ से लड़के स्कूल गए. वहाँ से उसके टीचर के पकड़ ली. It's chain reaction now.
टीचर भी पकड़ ली.
हाँ, एक्चुअली हमारे गांव में इट्स इन मकोई में भी है. Yes, so
Okay.
Latoka.
Mako is locked down now.
No, Makoi is not locked down, but army is actually going around visiting people with the temperature check on the forehead. So they are knocking doors at the moment, especially those areas जहाँ पर उन्होंने पाया है. So if you are, if you know someone who's got COVID, please stay away and try to be.
Yeah, I know. फिजी में फिलहाल अभी तक के देखा जाए आंकड़ों के अनुसार लगभग 103 केसेस है परम और 65 रिकवर हो गए. Another 65 to go. But खुश नसीब नहीं. अच्छा बात की खराब बात, but there have been 2 deaths in Fiji. अभी तक फिलहाल 2 है. So I would also humbly request, अगर लॉकडाउन है भैया लोग घर पे रहो. ये छोटा सा मायूसी का मोड़ है, ये चला जाएगा. So कहते हैं ना कि अगर कुटिया में रहोगे तो लुटिया में रहोगे ना, कि अगर घर पर रहोगे नहीं तो बोले लुटिया में रहोगे. लुटिया is a
Well, a lot
small
of people get
lota.
together, especially in Fiji. A lot of people get together in
Yes,
groups. और फेंस वहाँ पे
so
कहाँ बहुत फेंस है ना कूदे के लिए. यहाँ तो 1 मीटर प्लस 1.5 मीटर फेंस रहे.
तो अपने
तो
कुटिया में
घूम के
रहो,
जाग
नहीं
पड़े
तो
ना. जैसे आप जहाँ मांगो भीमल के घरे तो जाग पड़ी कूद के ना. But in Fiji it's very easy.
Fiji very easy. So best thing would be, we're not saying anything new, but check on your neighbors and check on the pets. ना आपके pet लोग भी check करो.
Yeah,
get your hobbies done.
Before we come into that, I'd like to throw it to the forum. माने कि audience को हम देना चाहते हैं जो लोग फिजी में हैं, जो लोग ऑस्ट्रेलिया में हैं. Please type something on the screen so I can क्या हो रहा है अभी. Some people are from Ba, some people are from Lautoka, and I know a few people that are here. What have they been doing as far as COVID is concerned? If you can type in our discussion in respect to COVID, and if you've got some tips to share, if you've got something knowledge जो हमारे जो लोग इस प्रोग्राम को देख रहे हैं या देखेंगे, it's beneficial for them. And should people be vaccinated?
जो लोग सीरियस नहीं लेके चलते हैं तो बतला दे, ज्ञात करा दे कि there has been about 3.2 million people who have died all over the world. 7.2 billion population है, but 3.2 million people इन्होंने अपने जान को गवाया है. So it can come around, and so we just have to play safe. ऑस्ट्रेलिया तो बिल्कुल safe बिल्कुल नहीं. लगभग 900 deaths हो गए ना पर हम सोचते हैं यहाँ पर है.
Yes. Johnny ने फरमाया है कि मकोई केस में that lady sells grog, so she will be अरे दादा
bonus COVID. कौन अच्छा कौन लिखी से.
So I know Ba is not on lockdown, so Latoka and
काकी सुमन राय, काकी जी कैसे है ड्रासा में, क्या हो रहा है. लॉकडाउन उधर भी है, ये भी मैं काकी है बडेरी के पहले पे. काकी of course. और इधर ऑस्ट्रेलिया में 30,000 cases रहा पर, but 26,000 recover हो गए. So we got 4,000 to 4,000 to go.
So have you got vaccinated, Pronol?
बोले over 50 लोग. अभी तो 10 साल बचा 15 साल बचा.
But have you got vaccinated in the process?
No, not yet. I got a confirmation from the medical center कि तुम्हारा COVID लगी, but I'm not sure whether it is authentic or not because it's just a text message. Can't she text message करे ये लोग? I don't know.
Yes,
I haven't had mine done.
Yes, your GP will. Yes.
So it is. So it is genuine. So
yes.
I was supposed to go and check it out today, but
you ring him up. You are
Jamantai
lucky
So I
because
never
there's
done.
a shortage. जगह जगह GP लोग के पास नहीं है. In every centers नहीं देवे हैं. So it's
तो हमारे क्या है
dedicated.
बिकॉज हम 50 क्रॉस कर दिया
There is
है
there is dedicated.
एस्ट्राजेनेका आने लगे
There is dedicated.
एस्ट्राजेनेका is the one that I'll be getting
Yes,
yeah sorry
AstraZeneca है and Pfizer is for
Pfizer
frontline
है
people. Yes, of course. And
and for young
AstraZeneca
people
Fiji में भी. I don't know if Fiji में Pfizer है कि नहीं. I don't
oh
know.
Fiji में कौन सी एस्ट्राजेनेका है
AstraZeneca है, yes.
so mostly AstraZeneca is for the 50 plus the less ones Pfizer is for the ones below 50 we are talking all you know
Rodney has फरमाया
ah
है कि we are taking all precautionary measures given by our government, but some people around us are not taking it seriously.
seriously एकदम right
Yes.
बात भैया
So you know, उधर ऋषि प्रसाद जी है. Warm regards from Melbourne. Do साबु साबु क्रू है. So do tell us कि आप मेलबर्न में स्थिति कैसा है. If you are from Melbourne, do let us know. Sydney में there is 0 cases. यानी कि New South Wales में so far the news I read today was 0 cases. और हालांकि COVID testings daily होती है. And people are still actually here in Fiji there is a strict measure. Temperature checks, masks are compulsory. It's up to the people.
That's good.
Yes. So I think they have to because otherwise stop नहीं हुई तो कौन सी हुई. Otherwise, you know.
And people should realize that Fiji is a very communal country, right?
Oh, हाथ मिले गले मिलाए ना. It's बहुत easy, very humble.
चाय पियो, नगना पियो, घोरो ना, very communal.
और below sharing, my friend.
Below sharing, अभी ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी बंद है रे. पहले मैं सुन रहा, everybody was sharing the bills, and then we stopped after COVID. You know, no भैया, ताकि भी नहीं हुई है.
तुम लोग बंद कर दिया.
After COVID ताकि भी बंद हुई है. But अब ताकि करता कले अपन ब्रदर के संगे बड़का. पकड़ी दोनों पकड़ी ना. So Fiji is very communal and so is India. So India में देखा कैसे spread है. तो we have to be very careful. इधर ऑस्ट्रेलिया में from day one it's not very communal, right? हम लोग सब शुरुआत में भी सुपरमार्केट में जाओ प्री कोविड के बाद है. गोरा लोग बताइए भैया डिस्टेंस थोड़ा दूर 1 मीटर ट्रॉली की डिस्टेंस रखो ना. So they have been doing that for a while. So इन लोग के लिए कुछ नया बात नहीं है. But for us Fijians और जो फिजी में लोग हैं, you are very communal. हम लोग मंदिर जाता है, संगे बैठता, सब कुछ बहुत कुछ साथ में करते हैं ना. एक्सटेंडेड फैमिली के संगे रहते हैं. So we are the first few people to get in Fiji. So भैया लोग थोड़ा सतर्क रहे, vigilant रहे.
दूर रखो ना, दूर रहो. छो नहीं है. आता नहीं लड़का कैसे है ना. छुई के बात करें.
हाँ मार के बात है कैसे यार मार के बात क्या. Well that's good ना.
We have in Melbourne a lot better than getting into colder months can trigger gain. We can take things for granted. Of course we can take it for granted because अभी flu season भी चली ना. And you need to have 14 days clearance from your first or second injection before you get the flu vaccination.
एक बार बता दे यार, जिंदगी में पहला बार जिंदगी में जैसे 10-50 राइट 1 month ago हम जाके पता नहीं हम लोग के काम पे फ्री वैक्सीन मिलता है ना, फ्लू शॉट. हम जाके अपन लगवाया जिंदगी में पहला बार
फ्लू बैक.
टीचर ने बोला क्या है तुम 50 साल 50s में नहीं करा, अब क्या करेगा ना. बट आई ट्राइड इट आई होप इट वर्क्स. बट आप कितना बताया 14 days के बाद में ना.
14 days. I mean तो फर्स्ट इंजेक्शन लेगा आप कोविड के, you have to have 14 days gap. And plus अगर हाई टेम्परेचर वगैरह रही तो यू वॉन्ट गेट द इंजेक्शन. तो बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट मेजर्स है कोविड के लिए. एंड प्लीज़ डू फॉलो कोविड रूल्स. माने कि हम बहुत लाइटली लेते हैं शेयरिंग बिलो, शेयरिंग अल्कोहल इन द सेम उसमें. तो इट्स नॉट इट्स नॉट योर ब्रदर प्रोनोल बट इट्स द किड्स. रिमेंबर दैट. एग्जैक्टली. वी लव किड्स एंड कहाँ पर भी हम मिल जाते हैं बच्चों को तो वी डू. बट यू नो पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट इज़ वर्स. This is the worst place to get. Shopping trolleys, you can easily pick up at shopping trolleys. Car handles, a lot of people touching your handles of your cars, you know, passing. And Chico, Chico, मुंह दबाए Chico, you know, you can Chico like this.
अभी नवा ट्रेंड है ऐसे.
Yes, if you don't have it, और हाथ मिलाया ऐसे नवा ट्रेंड अभी ना. My job entails, I mean, it's usually daily dealing with patients, so I'll have to. बुढ़ा लोग बेचारा लोग हाथ मिला लेवे ना ऐसे करके ना. तो they are very nice, you know. Plus वो लोग की help भी करेक्ट पड़े no to get up a little bit. तो
so Param, one question lingers in the mind at the moment, right? अच्छा pre-COVID हम लोग तो हाथ मिलाते रहे and then we jump into the जैसे आप बताया ऐसे खास हो ऐसे ना.
Hmm.
So post COVID, would we resort to pre-COVID style कि ये रकम अब चलती रही जिंदगी में, you know?
I think it is
दूध
here
हो
to
वैसे.
stay. I think it's here to stay. My guess
What's
is,
here to
I mean,
stay?
I'm not a professional, virologist, but my guess is, my personal guess is that it is here to stay, and every year we will be getting a booster, I think, because reading the
So,
background of COVID, it has been with us for years. So basically, this trend is going to change, and not just COVID, something else is on the pipeline as well, obviously.
yeah. Right.
Something else.
So that, and this is part one of it. Part two is that, so the behavior, our behavior of handshaking, the behavior of staying with the other people in the community, would we still I mean, would we go back to handshaking?
Do you know why Indians do this? Do you know why? No, namaste. Why do जो guru लोग हैं, they won't shake hands with you. They say namaste. It's a very old tradition. India mein namaste. Basically, they believe that it's when you're shaking your hands, you're passing energy to the other person.
Energy.
But it's not just energy, it's just germs as well, na? But they see it differently. They see germs तो बाद में छोड़ो, पहले बहुत germs नहीं रहा, पहले energy रहा ना, शक्तिशाली बने ना, meditation शक्तिशाली, so they did not want to pass the good or the bad energy or to absorb energy. So that is the old tradition. आजकल जैसे कोविड शुरू में सब ऐसे करे लगी ना,
गोरख भी ऐसे करे लगा.
So हाँ, तो हाथ मिलाए के जरिए you can do this and you can salute, I suppose.
तो ये छोटी छोटी नुस्खे हैं, लोग जानते हैं, हम लोग we are not educating people, but we are discussing it in such a way. कोई कोई सके बोले कि ये सब चीज़ हम जानता है, no, it's just याद दिलाते हैं, क्योंकि हम कहते हैं हमेशा ना कि छोटी सी जिंदगी है, हर बात में खुश रहो दोस्तों.
A question to you, and a question in the forum is what will happen in Fiji? Okay, population कितना है roughly? 800,000.
Less than a million. Yeah, less than a million. Yeah.
800,000. गांव में छोड़ दो, गांव छोड़ दो. Living population, जो active population is probably what 500,000 or less maybe. जन move around हुए, गांव में तो कितना है ना?
हाँ.
तो अगर कोविड खराब से फिजी में पहुंची, what's going to happen? What is going to happen to Fiji? The economy, the people of Fiji, the population of Fiji.
Unimaginable, bro. बहुत कुछ हो जी.
So it's a small reminder for people to, सोचो और समझो कि कितना गंभीर है ये चीज. This disease is not simple. People are having parties, people want to do birthdays at their house, people want to have wedding anniversary, people want to get married. नहीं वेट करो बोले, उस साल वेट कर लो बोले शादी करियो. अरे उस साल एंगेजमेंट करियो तो ढेर आदमी लोग आशीर्वाद देंगे. So you spend $35, $45 up to $65 to $125 per head paying for them. आके घूम के चल देंगे. So what should one do? शादी करो या ना करो? But shadi is like, a blessings for your mother and the father, and that's about all, isn't it? So, is it important to have big functions and weddings and things like that? Should we do it?
अब rituals
especially there are cases, especially in countries there are cases like, cases है. Australia
at the
zero
moment they shouldn't, and if अगर एक से पॉजिटिव साइड देखा जाए, किसी ने आज फेसबुक पे लिखा है, मेरा फ्रेंड है सुबह में उमा जी लिखी, अरे यही टाइम है अगर परिवार लोग के जिसके तुम नहीं यही लगे शादी कर लो, कोई बुलाए की जरूरत नहीं, you'll save a lot of money and things like that. So I wrote down hey, and there's a very good feed from her. But yeah,
Fiji population is 889,000 2019.
She was right.
कभी million नहीं बे ना?
No.
बाप. But supposedly half of the population में अगर पकड़ी, कहाँ जाओ? There's waters around. कौन island में जाके रहेगा? You can plant cassava and you can, fish and survive in an island. Don't you think so? Castaway.
Yeah. Castaway. अच्छा, लंबासा में है COVID cases है, पर
I don't know. That's why I actually threw the question to the forum जो लोग सुन रहे हैं.
Level में काफी हलचल है, but and nobody has even, I don't think anybody
ए
has written.
लंबासा
No,
वाला
no.
बच गए उधर क्वारंटीन डे
Why?
ऑलरेडी लोग बेचारा लोग ना दूर है
Uh,
क्वारंटीन डे तो बच गए ना उन लोग दे मे बी केसेस दे
because
हैड सम केस
I'm afraid हमारे नहीं भाई अभी मलई लग सके. I mean, they are the friends are up there. बोले अभी फिलहाल तो safe है, but I don't know what is happening out there. But एक कभी चला गया था खतर Fiji though.
यस यू ओनली नीड वन बोट में अगर कोई चलाएगी
Hmm. Hmm.
then it's worse ना because वहाँ पे तुम जानो in Fiji we don't have ventilators ना not enough ventilators mask तो मिल जाए but ventilators and sanitizers ventilators is what people are on अगर आपके पकल्ली से और किस तरह से पकड़े and to let people know कि it affects your lungs जिसके पकल्ली से उसके तो prolonged I don't know I've known a few people abroad जिसके पकड़ी से and the news is that have come out of there is कि it's not a very good thing we don't have in Savu Savu अच्छा I think Vinita Singh is from
Oh,
Savu Savu
सब नहीं हमार जगह
we
Vinita
don't
Singh.
have in
Okay, we
Savu
don't have
Savu
it.
and Lambasa so that's
Good news.
clean
It's
free है
lovely,
इधर ना
lovely,
so they can
lovely
have
to
a
hear
little
that.
on
And they can have it can be a tourist destination ना
अलग
अगर
से
if
ना
it happens
अलग
like
से
that.
एयरपोर्ट भी
अलग
है
से एयरपोर्ट भी है brother.
एकदम अलग से ना
एकदम कैसे बोले अलग से यार मैं अब क्योंकि
quite
well
hilarious
it's a good concept. हाँ.
no one in Lambasa
तो no one in Lambasa क्या
yes
बात है
no one
भाई.
in Lambasa so Vin Prasad has
Oh.
कुछ good job okay thank you for Sivin Prasad
Thank you
Lambasa is
Sivan
safe
ji.
currently and I think Suvin
Hmm.
has also got some families over there so that's quite safe as well over there
Hmm.
so please stay safe and you know be informed कि what is COVID अगर आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया में तो सबके
और
पास है
से या पर हम स्मॉल इंटरजेक्शन दिया एक बात और बता दे हम लोग वी कम फ्रॉम फिजी बैकग्राउंड एंड फिजी में जब हम थे तो कहाँ कभी कोई कोलेस्ट्रॉल चेक कराए ना कहाँ कोई डायबिटीज चेक कराए वी डोंट नो हम लोग साला अंदर व्हाट वी आर केयरिंग अराउंड सो अगर बोले कि इफ यू हैव कोविड और आपके चांसेस नील रहे अगर इफ यू हैव अंडरलाइंग
condition
pre-existing conditions, right?
yes
तो
yes
हम लोग फिजी में most of us हम भी तरह फिजी ब्लड टेस्ट सब चीज खाली नहीं कराता है कोलेस्ट्रॉल कौन सी रहा we didn't know यहाँ एक ना so people don't know what their pre-existing conditions are अगर one hit कर दिस आदमी से क्या बोला अब तो बहुत यंग हमें नहीं हुई but who knows what pre-existing conditions you have you know
you don't
so
know unless you
भैया
check it
yes ये तो चेक करा लो ये तो फिर बहुत सतर्क रहो इस समय
so please
ना
yes of course and over here we are actually strict measures भी है everybody's washing their hands and you know sanitizing as they're going mask अभी तो हम लोगों को यहाँ नहीं है क्योंकि there's no cases and let's hope the flights from India have been stopped no more flights arriving in Australia for a while till I think end of May or something till situations settle down in India and if you do have families in India or friends in India do support them in any way possible if you can
yeah and our
in Fiji
prayers
as
are
well
with them
sorry
in Fiji as well and our prayers are with them
yes.
for India and as well as हमारे जितने भी Fiji के दोस्त हैं and families हैं आप सभी को हमारी हम कैसे शुभकामनाएं नहीं हमारी blessings हमारी prayers are always with you और परम जैसे आप हमें देखा हम सब दिन पोएट्री के बारे में बहुत I was teaching poetry as well in from 6 from 7 तो हम हिंदी इंग्लिश पोएट्री बहुत लाइक करते हैं ना तो आपको मालूम होगा भारत के बहुत ही विख्यात कवि एक राहत इंदौरी इफ यू गूगल हिम अप लंबा पार है रहा पहले अभी तो नहीं है बट ही ऑलवेज राइट्स सच ब्यूटीफुल लाइंस in poetry so one line which I always remember वो लिखते हैं ना कि किसी ने पूछा है कि उम्र और जिंदगी में क्या फर्क है उम्र और जिंदगी में क्या फर्क है ना और वो फिर लिखते हैं कि बहुत सुंदर जवाब है जो अपनों के बिना बीती वो उम्र है एज है ना अपनों के बिना और जो अपनों के साथ बीती वो जिंदगी है अच्छा है कि नहीं
क्या बात
क्या बात जो अपनों के बिना बीती वो उम्र है इट्स जस्ट एज विदाउट योर रिलेटिव्स और जो अपनों के साथ बीती हो अपनों के साथ इफ यू टुगेदर दैट्स जिंदगी तो हम लोगों से गुजारिश करते हैं इफ यू यंग और इफ फिजी में भी लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी भी तो बहुत हाई भी नहीं है सो वी उम्र पर गुमान हम नहीं करना चाहेंगे बट हम जरूर कहना चाहेंगे कि जिंदगी जियो इसी तरह से अपनों के साथ में
Wonderful. Well, those who are watching this program, thank you very much for those who have actually stayed tuned with us for so long. And look, it's something new that we're trying, and hopefully there's music in a different sense. There's entertainment. As we proceed, we'll be getting a grasp of things of what the audience desires. And हम अपने घर के ही अंदर बैठे हुए in the comfort of our home, and we managed to talk. So Neha, how did you feel?
And Param ji, जैसे हमने पहले बताया, I was a bit nervous at the beginning, but as you played the music, एकदम मारा था, एकदम किरदार में आ गया. So I was very comfortable, but एक चीज हो गया आज I've learned it, and next time I can't see what people are. रमेश गोपाल जी, मास्टर जी, क्या बात. So thank you brother.
Yes.
तो हम ऐसे लगे कि I haven't been, हम जैसे Facebook का feed नहीं देख पाता, whatever people writing. आप उठाए रखता, is it, how does it work?
Yes.
Put the comments, or तभी देख पाता. Next time I'll have it
or you can have it on your phone on the side and see what they're writing.
I can have it on the side, and see what they're writing, but
I'll give you the
feel
tips.
But I
actually
feel
Raina will help you.
Who? Rania.
Rania will help you.
But I know, Param, I feel a bit, कि अगर हम लोगों से बातें करते हैं और हम यहाँ पर found देखे लगेगा ना, just like some of the house too.
Very true.
It doesn't look कि अरे भाई I'm not connected, चाहे socially, चाहे emotionally, चाहे physically connected नहीं है. तभी हम अपन phone number रख दिया. But I will try to do something next time screen side में.
It'll be interesting to see audience के feedback, because we've been talking, and our program is. We plan to be 90 minutes, and which is just about 90 minutes now.
Oh, अच्छा.
Actually, we started late, couple of minutes late. Remember, 5 minutes late.
Okay.
So that makes up for the time lost. And
right. Okay, so negative comments.
Yes.
And I know people will be, I mean, एक negative तो जरूर बाद में लिखिए. हम लोग नाम तो नहीं लिया, but Param, there is a, we are about to round up, are we?
No.
एक बार बता दी, there is something called people थोड़ा सा ज्ञात अगर करना चाहते हैं तो feedback, sandwich feedback. It's called sandwich feedback.
उसके मतलब कौन सी यार?
गुड. जैसे ना सैंडविच रहे, ऊपर ब्रेड रहे, फिर बीच में मीट रहे, फिर ब्रेड रहे ना. सो अगर
चीज भी
चीज भी, तो 99% of the teachers in Australia and parents खास करके they use the, हम रानी एक संगे भी, I use the what is sandwich feedback method. अगर मान लो कोई बदमाशी करे ना, लड़का बदमाशी करे, अच्छा रानी यहाँ बैठो यार, देखो तुम इतना दिन से कितना अच्छा लड़की है, I am very proud of you. बकरी की so बटा लगाओ पहले, बटा लगा के फिर मुद्दे पे आओ ना, तो गोश्त पे आओ, चीज पे आओ ना. बट however तुम्हारे ऐसे करा, which is not okay, and then फिर उसके बाद में अच्छा जाओ, but I have a lot of faith in you, blah blah blah. लड़का लड़की message gets to them in a very passive way. तो अगर भैया ये प्रोग्राम में अगर कोई नेगेटिव लिखे, मैंने चलो ठीक है, सैंडविच मेथड जरूर यूज करना. बोले बड़ा परम बहुत सुंदर वॉइस, बहुत जुलूम परम, वंडरफुल, लव यू. हाउएवर बट परंतु
इसके मतलब तुम जितना कमेंट्स लिखता है सब सैंडविच ला से यूज करता, सब
सैंडविच कहता है वो नहीं वो फेसबुक पे
मैंने कि तुम सैंडविच सब लीव देता
लीप तो पर ने फेसबुक पे आई हैव नेवर परम for the last जब से हम जुड़ा है Facebook पे, I've never written bad about anybody.
Yes.
हम सोचता है कि नहीं, we don't know the state of mind of the people are on the other end, and what if they'll do something bad according to the comments that you have given, and उसके जुर्मा कहते हैं ना, इन्हें हम नहीं उठा सकता. So तेरे मेरे बीच में I would always say कि sandwich method है, हाँ right है चलो, but और खराब से लिखे मतलब मैसेंजर में जरूर भेजो. Facebook
मैसेंजर में भेजो,
मैसेंजर
में जितना झगड़ा कर लो ना,
जितना अभी कोविड टाइम में everybody is going through such a phase that we don't know.
Yes,
the people the other people may be singing good songs and putting on Facebook, but उसके background के बारे में we एक कोई कुछ नहीं जानता ना. So I think, well, that's my personal view, but other people can, like I said, we are not here to bamboozle people with such comments.
Yes, true. Well, it'll be nice to get a bit of feedback जो लोग इस प्रोग्राम को देखे हैं या देखेंगे. Give us a bit of feedback कि आप क्या चाहते हैं, what some sort of information. Mani D'Souza Sahil, hello, thank you for that. इन्होंने फरमाया कि lovely program. So there are some people that like the Chit Chat program.
Like the Chit Chat. तो जितने भी परम, जितने भी लोग फिजी में लॉकडाउन में भाई घर पर रहे, सुरक्षित रहे, हौसला और घोंसला बोलते हैं ना, हौसला घोंसला ये दोनों को मत छोड़िएगा, हौसला घोसला मत छोड़ना, सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा।
हौसला और घोसला।
हौसला घोसला,
Yes.
hope and house, home, हौसला घोसला मत छोड़ना। राहत इंदौर हिज प्रोग्राम, आंख में पानी रखो, होठों पे चिंगारी रखो, जिंदा रहना है तो तकरीबें बहुत सारी रखो।
क्या
तर,
बात।
तर, तकरीबें तरकीबें होनी
तरकीबें।
चाहिए ना। हाँ, अरे रोडी, क्या बात है, क्या बात भाई,
सो
सही
यस,
उठाया,
तरकीबें
सही
बहुत सारी
उठाया। लव यू
रखो।
ब्रदर।
सो यस, अगर आपके पास वेल फॉर द नेक्स्ट वीक्स प्रोग्राम आई थिंक हम ऐसा करते हैं कि इफ यू गॉट किसी के पास अगर शेर व शायरी है, someone who's like a poetry, loves poetry, someone who's like stupid like me who writes things on Facebook, अगर आपके पास कुछ है,
No, nobody's stupid in that, man. Come on, man. अपना opinions को व्यक्त करते हैं, so
yes,
it's
yes,
not,
yes, yes. But
you're
I like it
entitled to that.
when I write something, it's always my thought process is one direction and the comment is totally opposite direction.
कभी-कभी you do write philosophical things, हम भी नहीं समझ पाता, बहुत
उम्र के
गहराई
ऊपर
में
से
आप
चल रहे
चले
तुम्हारे।
जाते हैं। बगल से चले सट ना, so I am not able to fathom those things, हम
तो रिंग कर लेना, बताए, समझा देगा। Yes, yes. I mean, I think it's pretty good. I think it's good that people, जो दिमाग में आता है, I read a lot in that sense, not the book, but other things in life उसके बारे में हम discuss करेंगे कुछ की. A lot of people think I'm philosophical, but this is not something that that you've picked up on the road. It's an acquired knowledge, and knowledge is powerful. And I'm always educating myself with things, new things out there in the world, and I love purani things. So yes, Pronol, thank you very much for joining in today, for the hard work you've done. And we shall see again next week, same time.
We shall next week. चलो ठीक है, next week करते हैं ना.
We'll talk about it, and if
we'll talk about it.
If it's something that you love.
Yeah. And I would love to do that, Param ji, and thank you very much. जितने भी लोग हमारे साथ शामिल हुए थे, जुड़े हुए थे, रेशमा आंटी जी, thank you आंटी जी, धन्य है। तो जितने भी लोग हमारे साथ,
I really enjoyed these chats. Looking forward for more next week. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your effort in writing this.
हम सोच रहा प्रोग्राम शायद नहीं चले, because it's a bit from the conventional, ना, मतलब कि ना गाना है, ना joke है, ना mimicry है, ना playing है, but I mean it's something that people are enjoying, I would say. एक proper वाला topic रखो, and we can talk and comment on it. Thank you for the feedback, Rodney sahab.
It's always like that when you write something, people have other thoughts about it, but it's always fun to know the opinion. Yes, of course, Vanita Singh ji, yes. So it's wonderful. जो भी लोग interact कर रहे हैं, it is, as I said, it's going to be an interactive program. It is not just a sitting here and delivering. It's it's for a reason, for someone to take that and grasp and make use of it. And there's a lot of preparation behind the scene, which we do. हमको करना पड़ता है आपके बीच आने के लिए. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and do leave us a feedback.
Yes, exactly. So and अगर कोई, परम जी, आप तो बहुत विख्यात है, तो अगर कोई कुछ प्रोग्राम में आप कुछ राय देना चाहते हैं, चाहे प्रणोल राय को, चाहे परम सिवन को, तो yes, do leave us a feedback. बोलो कि next time क्या मुद्दा हम उठा सकते हैं, we can work on that, ना.
And of course, entertainment is, in due course will be, once we are set up, there's always music around.
Thank you.
It's something which is behind our palm, so we are not utilizing it. But I thought कि जहाँ देखो वहाँ रेडियो स्टेशन है, जहाँ देखो वहाँ गाना बजे, जहाँ देखो वहाँ डेडिकेशन. अरे डेडिकेशन इसको याद करते हैं, उसकी याद करते हैं. बट थोड़ा हट के कुछ करना चाहिए ज़िंदगी में, क्योंकि बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग ज़िंदगी में हैं जो कुछ हद से गुजर रहे, जो हमको नहीं पता. Our next door neighbor may be going through lots of turmoils. We don't know until such things we put out there in the world. अरे ये लड़का लोग आज बात करी से, नहीं इच्छा बात करी से, this positive and negative रही. अरे ये लोग बेकार है, ये लोग का प्रोग्राम नहीं चली.
नहीं,
बट चले के
छिछोरा
बाद
लोग
नहीं
है
है
ये
ना,
ना।
चले के बाद नहीं है,
हाँ,
बात वो है कि चली चली राइट हुई जी।
चले चले अब सीख रहे हैं, हर दिन प्रतिदिन सीखते हैं ना। वी लर्न
यस,
एवरी डे एज वी ग्रो, एज वी प्रॉस्पर। सो
यस,
I'm very happy to be a part of this Chit Chat Masala, Paramji.
यस,
Thank you very much for linking the Findians.
यस।
Findians, very nice name, Findians. Okay,
वेल हमारे बहुत
अच्छा।
सारे लोग हैं जो रहते हैं दुनिया भर में, एंड ऑब्वियसली जो दोज हु कैन कम एंड वॉच अस ऑन लाइव, join us live,
हम्म,
जो नहीं तो बाद में ही
हम्म,
देख सकते हैं, join us together.
हम्म, हम्म।
Well said,
अच्छा
रेशमा
तो
शीली वर्मा. Thank you very much for those who have joined in, and
and we will talk about the Vinaka what we missed. That we'll
oh
talk about
yes,
next time.
yes,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
yes,
You
yes.
you prepare that, so I'm like it's next time कर देंगे ना।
हाँ, tons of
What about
information
that?
हमारे पास भी है.
Tons of information overload भी ठीक नहीं है परम।
Yes, of
So
course.
we'll leave it at that,
हाँ.
and then we will chat more on that next week.
So
जरूर
did
से
you like
जरूर।
the name तेरे मेरे बीच में?
तेरे मेरे बीच में beautiful, lovely.
Thank you, Shashi ji, and I hope those whoever, जितने भी audience हमारे पास थे, I hope you liked it. Trying to keep entertainment as well as chit chat together, and trying not to make it boring. So you know,
But next time you bring a joke, okay?
myself, I'm really bad with jokes, man. I'm
Yeah.
really bad with jokes, so don't. सच्चे बताता, even if I read, it'll be hopeless because it doesn't come. You know, I can do something else. I
अच्छा।
can do all this technical stuff, which is
Oh, okay, okay, okay. हम भी
you
joke
know,
में
this
ठीक
is what
नहीं
I
है,
can
unless
do.
it's dirty joke.
Yeah, actually, you know,
No,
we can do, you know, and we can get into
no.
it.
I only know dirty jokes, brother. Fantastic, great show, then let's.
Shubhratri. Yes,
Okay,
it's 2
Shivratri,
hours ahead. It's
Shivratri, yeah. Yes.
9:30,
Oh, no,
9:20 in Fiji at the moment.
no,
Uh, 2 hours ahead.
11:30.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry. Yes, 11:30.
ah, ah,
Yes.
ah, ah.
Well, it's been a
Hmm.
wonderful journey, and the time has
अच्छा,
flown. And as anticipated, we try to cut it short, but nevertheless,
hmm.
information हमारे पास बहुत ज़्यादा होता है,
बहुत
and
ज़्यादा है, yes.
it was a pleasure, Pronol, having you on board.
Same
And
here,
until
brother.
then,
Same here. Looking forward to next week. Till
ciao,
then,
and
ciao and
have a good week. Stay blessed and
good
stay
week.
safe. Keep others safe. Stay COVID free. अगर हम लोगों से कुछ गुस्ताखी हुई है, तो please do forgive us.
और सब कोश में भी अगर कुछ हुई है, प्रोनाउंसिएशंस में अगर है,
Yes.
प्लीज डू माफी।
हम सीख रहे हैं और हम सीखते ही रहेंगे जब तक
क्या
ये
बात, क्या
जिंदगी है.
बात।
आपका वो जो दैट डायलॉग जो आप बोला था उम्र वाला बहुत तगड़ा रहा कि
ओ
उम्र,
अच्छा
और
अच्छा अच्छा।
इट्स अ वंडरफुल
हाँ,
डायलॉग, यू नो, कि
उम्र बोले अगर तुम अकेले में बिताएगा ना तो
हाँ,
इट्स जस्ट उम्र, और अगर साथ
कुछ
में
कुछ कुछ
बिताएगा
अकेले
इट्स
में
कॉल्ड
बिताएगा तो
जिंदगी।
लोग हैं.
हाँ नहीं, उम्र अगर बोले अगर
हाँ,
अकेले में बिताते हैं ना तो इट्स जस्ट एन एज, बट अगर साथ में फैमिलीज के साथ में बिताएगा दैट्स
if you
जिंदगी।
have a family, yes, of course.
Yeah, family and friends. I meant
Yes,
family and
yes,
friends,
yes.
right?
And they become
उम्र
family.
उम्र, yeah, उम्र एंड जिंदगी ना,
Yes.
उम्र अपनों में बिताएंगे, that's it.
It's a wonderful saying. I actually liked it, and hopefully,
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you,
yes.
thank you.
All
कुछ
right.
सीखा?
Ciao. हाँ, सीखा. Thank you for
Okay,
joining
brother.
in,
All right.
and I'll join next week, Pronol.
Okay, bye-bye.
So those. Sorry, I muted you. Were you saying something in the end?
Oh, I was saying that जितने भी लोग हमारे साथ में जुड़े थे, कमेंट्स किए थे, व्यूज किए थे, या फिर बाद में जरूर से जरूर देखेंगे, थैंक यू वेरी मच, और हमारे साथ में जुड़ने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, तहे दिल
Lisa
से
Mode.
धन्यवाद। लिसा।
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's program. Myself, Param, signing off. Pronol is behind on the green room watching me though. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and thank you for joining. अगर हमसे कुछ भूल चुके हुई तो माफ़ करना. Please do share this feed, and अगर आपके पास कोई टॉपिक है या कुछ है जो आप देना चाहते हैं, please do send us, and you can hit me up or you can send me in messenger, and it's always a pleasure. Entertaining and different sort of entertainment is wonderful. And अगर आपके पास कोई अच्छा सा idea है तो do share your ideas, because it's nice. I like sharing ideas. Thank you once again. All the best and take care.